Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy joins me now. He serves on the Select Committee on China and the Intelligence Committee as well. Congressman, thanks so much for being with us today. It appears that China is interested in learning more about U.S. military capabilities in the Pacific. And notably, it comes as China has made enormous strategic strides against the United States, the Chinese Navy now larger than the U.S. fleet. How confident are you the United States is poised to defend its interest in the region?
I'm very confident, but it's still concerning that the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, is doing everything in its power to try to gain information about our weapon systems, our capabilities, our plans, intentions, and of course, information about our partnerships with our allies and friends in the region. In this particular case, one of the people who was indicted was stationed on the USS Essex, which is a WASP-class amphibious landing ship, which is very important. That type of ship is very important for building up our deterrence in the Indo-Pacific region. And then the other person was indicted in part for providing information about our operational plans in exercises coming up in the Indo-Pacific region. And so they are absolutely trying to get more of this information. And then on the flip side, we have to do more to protect that information. And quite frankly, I think it continues a pattern where I'm concerned that low-level folks in the military have access to too much classified or protected or sensitive information, and that's a separate issue that we have to tackle as well.
On that note, Congressman, do you think these two are isolated cases? How expansive do you think China's reach is within the U.S. Armed Forces?
Well, I think they're doing everything they can to target members of our military. You know, they have 110,000 people in their equivalent of our CIA, which is called the Ministry of State Security, the MSS. And these people around the world are trying to go after targets, trying to recruit people like these individuals who were indicted recently. It's a good thing that we uncovered this particular plot. But going forward, obviously, we have to continue to be vigilant because these folks, the CCP, are hell-bent on getting an information advantage on us.
To your point, these two arrests mark at least the third time a U.S. service member has been arrested this year and charged with espionage, Jack Teixeira being the other. There are also serious concerns about cyber espionage, too. Do you think the Pentagon is adequately protecting its secrets?
I think it could do more. I think it's doing a decent job, but it needs to do more. What we know about the CCP is that roughly 2/3 of cyber attacks in the United States just generally come from the PRC. And on top of that, they have recently been found to be planting malware in critical infrastructure related to military bases. I'm talking about power, water, and communications lines. They are obviously also trying to go after secrets within the Pentagon and at our federal contractors. And so to that extent, we have to do a better job of promoting cybersecurity, not only at the Pentagon, but also in the private sector, and making sure that those who are subject to attacks or victims of attacks are willing to share the information about it so we can all be protected.
Sure. Congressman, I want to talk to you about another international adversary, and that is Russia. There's a new poll showing that for the first time, a majority of Americans oppose Congress providing additional funding to Ukraine. 55% in this poll said no. What's your reaction?
Well, I think that at this point, what I sense among most Democrats and Republicans in Congress is strong support for the Ukrainians, perhaps putting more provisions in place with regard to oversight of further aid to them. But by and large, the vast majority of the people that I speak with want the Ukrainians to prevail on the battlefield. And that makes all the sense in the world because they're fighting a war so that we don't have to. And the costs of not supporting them far exceed the benefits of basically letting them go. And so to that end, I think we have to continue to support them. I am concerned about reports that Vladimir Putin is somehow interested in Donald Trump becoming president as part of his battlefield strategy. And I'm concerned about what he and the Russians might do to interfere in the upcoming election, not only in the general election, but perhaps even in the primaries on the Republican side. So we have to be vigilant about all of that right now.
Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, we got to leave the conversation there. Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you so much.